I didn't think I'd be making 2 back-to-back videos on scalpers already, but I feel like I really want to talk about this a lot, and I really want to explore this mainly for 2 reasons. Number 1, scalpers suck big time, everyone knows this, and the only difference between most scalpers I find is that very rarely are they very actually smart, if at all. I feel like that with scalpers, those who unfortunately make it their full-time job already have everything they need to make things more miserable for everyone. You already know the type of people I'm talking about. Full automation setup bots lining up, ready to purchase 50 more billion copies of whatever they want to scalp to where they can just wake up at 2 p.m. and not have to do anything all day. It is what it is. But then there's the other type of scalpers I like to call late Larrys. You see, late Larrys are the type of people who don't know much, if anything, about what they're scalping and are only able to scalp in the first place because the stock crisis is already done and over. Late Larry is just too late, but that won't stop him from posting on Facebook Market trying to get $600 on his used PS5. But number 2, I actually found out a new section of scalping, one that I genuinely had no idea even existed until I saw some reels on Instagram earlier today, where grown men go around Costco's and Pokemon card vending machines and restocks buying the entire machine out. And from what I can tell, they're buying something called prismatic cards, full-on packs of these prismatic cards. Side note real quick, I can't even pretend to know what I'm talking about, genuinely. I only know about maybe 3 entire Pokemons if I tried really hard to remember the collective 15 minutes of total Pokemon playtime I've had in my entire life. Look, I just keep seeing the word prismatic being thrown around a lot, so that's all I know. These people are racing and fighting over these boxes of Pokemon cards, and it just surprises me. I don't know, I guess it's just something that I just don't understand all that well. I see the vision, I just don't get the game. But genuinely, I know that this is something that makes people happy, so seeing people not able to play this, especially kids, sucks a whole ton. I made a point of this in my last upload, but one reason I really dislike scalpers is because I feel that each generation should have the ability to enjoy media that I was able to grow up with. If I had a little brother or kid or whatever that was born within the next few years, I'd want them to grow up and be able to enjoy the stuff that I was able to enjoy as a kid. I mean, sure, let people enjoy things, but I'd rather they get into Pokemon or Mario instead of those shitty mobile games that get advertised on YouTube and TikTok all the time. It honestly makes me really sad as an outsider, someone not even into collecting cards and trading, that these people make it absolutely insufferable for people who are new and just want to get their kids or family into the Pokemon series. One thing about these videos that I notice is a constant is just the constant fighting and physical harm. On one hand, it's entertaining to watch scalpers fight each other. On another hand, it's kind of sad that people are fighting other young adults and teenagers for cardboard cards and tin cans. I saw another video of a scalper buying up all the cards from a machine as soon as the store opened, hogging up the lines and buying out the entire machine, only letting other people get drip-fed whatever's really not worth selling. And listen, I don't wish violence on anyone. To me, violence is a big no-no. It's never the answer. But I am saying that if I see a scalper in real life get robbed after buying out an entire machine and preventing kids from getting the cards they wanted, and all his merchandise essentially stolen, then let's just say I'm going to turn around and look the other way. That brings up another thing I've never really understood. If by some miracle this video reaches the right people and people who actually knows what they're talking about and specifically into Pokemon collecting, please let me know. I keep seeing these videos on my feed and it's really entertaining, but one thing I always wonder, theoretically speaking, whatever isn't purchased yet belongs to the store, and I see that these scalpers sometimes leave their carts unattended. What's stopping someone from me from just taking the packs from the shopping cart and rushing to the checkout line? Is that like poor Pokemon etiquette or something? Now that I think about it, probably not. I don't think Pokemon scalpers have any etiquette to begin with, but who knows? Someone more knowledgeable than I am, let me know what people usually go for. If the off chance I see a scalper in real life and I can loot their cart and buy those packs for my brother or family or whatever, I'd love to just take whatever's from their cart. One other type of video I've been seeing a ton is reselling and repacking cards. From what I understand, repacking is opening the packs, taking out the valuable cards, and then resealing them with bad cards or multiple bad cards and selling them off to unassuming people who wouldn't really be able to tell the difference or know any better. I sometimes wonder what the world would be if people who are creative enough to scam people were instead creative enough to do good in the world, but I guess that's just not going to happen. But this is just how things are in the big 2025, so the only real option you have is to prepare yourself and be a good boy and take it and pay double the price of what you should be paying, or just not get into the hobby. Another interesting thing I've been seeing is PSA ratings and stolen packages. Yes, actual package theft crimes, actual crimes. I might decide to end up making this a more detailed video because I have seen a entourage of apparently GameStop employees stealing cards that is supposed to be sent in for ratings, ultimately deciding if these cards are valuable or not, but instead they just get stolen. But man, from what I'm seeing, this Pokemon stuff is serious. People are willing to straight up steal cards from people depending on the value of them. Just a day ago, at the time of recording, there was a guy that broke into a Pokemon card shop and stole a bunch of cards, apparently upwards of thousands of dollars in value, which is just insane to me. And it'd be one thing if it were a one-off crime, something that's a big heist, I guess you could say. But no, this is just one example, and a more recent example at that. Apparently this is just a really common crime, and I imagine that it must be good for people robbing since you can just sell them online and potentially be untraceable? Oh god, am I encouraging crime with even making this video? One thing that did make me feel bad is that you can never really know who has bad intent with these sort of things. I've always been a sort of person that would prioritize fans of an existing series if they could prove that they have a genuine interest in the franchise and aren't just buying something to scalp it. It's just that you can never really tell who's there to scalp and who's there because they just genuinely want to buy it. So when I saw a post from a collector who had his most prized card stolen and later relisted on eBay months later, matching his exact same serial number and grading score, it's genuinely something that you feel for. I even saw he tried contacting the seller and showed proof that it was indeed his card that was stolen, but all he was really offered was a discount for his own card. It's sad to see, and yeah, he was at least reunited with his card, the card that he had to pay a ton of money to even get back. But you just have to feel for the guy. I've been yapping a lot this video, so I should probably wrap things up soon. So as a last question to people who know more about Pokemon than I do, I can understand the nuances and production costs of scalping stuff like consoles or graphics cards or whatever. Those things genuinely take a bunch of time and materials to make. I don't know the magic those wizard magicians use to essentially turn rocks and minerals into PC parts. I'm not a magician myself, so I know nothing about engineering or whatever goes on there. But is there any specific reason why the Pokemon card company just can't print out more cards? Like, surely it's just cardboard and printing material like ink, and as far as I know, there's not like any shortages of those materials, are there? I'd genuinely like to know. Leave a comment below if you know anything about the reason on why they can't just print out more cards or packs. I tried looking up the answer, but I just kept getting different results, so I'm not really sure myself. And I also wanted to dedicate a segment of this video just to thank you all for the support on my videos so far. This last month, I've been wanting to take YouTube more seriously, and I read all the comments on my last few uploads, and it's honestly just really cool to see it happen in real time. There's just been a bunch of positive comments, which makes me happy to read, because at the end of the day, I'm just a guy who likes to yap about stuff I find interesting, and based off the reception, it seems that there's at least a couple people out there who like hearing me yap. At least one or two, maybe, possibly. But thanks for making it this far. If you enjoyed hearing me yap or want to hear me yap some more, then leaving a like on the video would help out a ton. I'm still relatively new to this, so I'm not sure what exactly leaving a like does, but I hear it helps out. And if you want to go a step further, a subscribe would also go a long way. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit that goal pretty soon. This would be my second time hitting 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which brings back a lot of memories from when I was younger, but it's been fun, and I'll see you all in the next upload. Take care, everyone.